Hello, my friends. This is the nefarious archfiend Uncle Chuckie. And today, I am going to talk in this absolutely roasting office because I've had to turn all the fans and close the door off because I don't want the noise. I'm going to talk about a subject near and dear to the heart of everyone who has read my work. The Tepaphone. The great, evil, notorious death ray of Franz Bardon from Verbato the Magician. The tool of the equally nefarious collection of archfiends, the FOGC Lodge. Well, we're not going to quite talk about the Bardon Tepaphone, for the simple reason that there's another really good video out that explains that by somebody else, and it's an excellent video. The other reason is that, well, the Bardon Tepaphone is a bit obsolescent. See, you've got to understand what the Tepaphone is. The Tepaphone is a light source which is focused on a witness. And the power of the light is charged, or the light itself is charged, either one or both. So it is a projection and a significant amplification of the will of the operator and the ability of the operator. It's one hell of a labor-saving device. I first encountered the idea of using light in magic. And this was in magic. This was not psionics. I didn't even think about psionics this time. As a way of imposing the energy of a sigil on a target in the early 70s. I would basically take a gel, draw the sigil on it in felt tip pen, tape it to the front of a flashlight, and shine that flashlight at what we would now call the witness of the target, photograph, whatever. And I'll be honest, in my early days of magic, I used a lot of what we now call witnesses. I remember I made a little piece of cardboard with a square cut out, which fit exactly over the picture, the yearbook picture of a college yearbook picture of a girl I would be interested in, so I would just be able to focus on that girl. Well, anyway. So the idea of focusing light onto a target and energizing that light by various means is not new. Okay, I mean, I knew about it long before I knew about the Tepaphone. Good 10 years. Early radionics had devices, had light bulbs around the witness well to treat people. These were healing instruments to treat people with colored light. It's not a unique idea. Charged light is not a unique idea. What makes the Tepaphone so, I don't know what would be the word, dramatic, is first the nature of the instrument. The description of it in Verbato is very, well, sketchy. It's something relatively good sized, but you can carry it. It has a light beam. We know it's a light beam because they light an alcohol lamp with the fluid condenser, which is Barnum's system for putting different substances in alcohol or whatever to charge them with elemental energies. And then this is focused by the beam at the target. It's an old magic lantern. Now, of course, when we read that back in the early 70s, we didn't think, early 80s rather, because the English translation came out in 1982. We didn't think magic lantern. It was like we were... It's the old thing about read the question before you answer it. Well, I mean, I was thinking it was some sort of elaborate radiotic device, sort of like a Hieronymus machine built in reverse, which actually makes a certain amount of sense because the Hieronymus machine takes the light coming in, goes through the doodle system, and then shoots, and then you have the detector pad or the antenna at the other end. Well, build it in reverse, you have your input goes through the system and the light comes out at the rear end. Simple. Okay? Well, building it wasn't simple. This was the search for the lost Tepaphone. And people were really looking for it. Not really, hey, it's a magic lantern. Well, that was dumb. But then one day it dawned on me that I'd been actually using this system for forever, and I just didn't realize it was a Tepaphone. So today, I'm going to show you several ways of using this concept. The first is actually the bulkiest. It's called an arc projector. This is actually, I had this when I was a kid, and I got another one off eBay some time ago. It was called a magnejector. The bottom is an opaque projector. You fit the bottom over what you want to project. You've got a mirror in here and a light bulb. You've got a light bulb in here and a mirror which reflects the thing and shoots the beam out the lens. And you would blow, say, take a panel from a comic book and blow it up on your wall. Which, when you're a little kid, that's a really cool thing to do. Well, what you do with the magnejector, and I'm going to move my camera now to show you my little work table here, if I can. You would just, let's grab a piece of paper. Any old piece of paper. This can serve as what would be the witness, not the witness, but the, say, whatever you want to send, a sigil of some sort. And you just put it on the table. You just put it on the table. You set the magnejector. You aim it at the person you're trying to shoot at, or the target, whatever it is. You turn on the light, and it imposes the information onto the witness and then onto the person. Simple, right? Okay. We can make this a little more complex. For that, we need your handy-dandy radionic box. And since most radionic boxes aren't really designed to put something on, you have an output jack and this little foil plate, like I used in the video to charge helmets and things. Same basic principle. Magnejector goes on the plate. You set the dials. Turn on the light beam. Let it run. Okay? But that's not really how the Tepaphone works. See, because the Tepaphone was not designed as a continuous broadcast thing like an ordinary radionic device. It's designed to fire a burst, a high-powered burst of energy. So we add something. What do we add? We add you. I hold in my hand one of my helmets. This is actually my first helmet. This is still my favorite. Untangle the wires here. Excuse me. And I take the helmet. As soon as I get the wires around this damn desk and everything. There. Behold. I have done it. Plug it into the input end of the box. Helmet on. Now, what you do then? What we always do. We think. We visualize. We focus the energy. Whatever type of energy it is. Like say you were working like with the fire element. You would visualize that condensing into this red, you would visualize this red ball of energy. This boiling sun of energy. And you fire it through there into the thing and out the projector. Simple. Let's take the let's do something besides the magnet ejector though. Because most people don't have one of these laying around the house. They're actually not that hard to find on eBay. Every once in a while they pop up. These or art projectors, which they're also called. And they're expensive. They can be like $100 or something. But that's relatively easy. You have your same basic setup here. Okay? You have my personal favorite, a 6-volt lantern. Now, you got to understand about a lantern like this. You got the battery, you got the bulb. It's not designed, unlike the Tepaphone where you can just actually, the bang ejector rather, learn to talk, Chuck. Unlike this type of projector, which you have a regular light bulb and you can let that thing run for hours and hours and hours. This you can't. This is going to burn out after a couple hours. It's not designed for that. If the bulb doesn't burn out, the battery will. So this is designed for just the period where you are thinking into the system. You have that set. Let's say, in this case, let's say you have the witness sample of your target. You have this set to the energy you want to send. You turn it on. I'll turn that off because I don't want to blind the thing. And then you sit back, and again, you do the visualization. You do the work. You're doing the work. This is just focusing it. This is focusing it. This allows you to not have to think about it going to the target. You just have to visualize what you're visualizing. This system does the rest. Now, we're going to make it even easier. This is the method I favor. Take that out of the system. Fight with the wires. We always fight with wires. That's one of the official rules. Wires are made to be fought with. Okay. Boy, I have untangled up something like this since I was going out with a girl in the 1970s. Yeah. Let's see. What's her name? I keep forgetting. Good Lord, how did I do this? This is what it's like to be a mad scientist. You are seeing genuine mad science at work with this. It's never quite as simple as it is. Let's see, this going up now. It's still got to be a little bit longer. I should have thought of this before I started doing the video. But this is what happens. And I could edit this out, but it's actually more fun, I think, for people to see me doing things like this. You know, it's like, oh, see, Uncle Chuckie has these problems. I'm not a complete klutz after all. You don't have to be a complete klutz. Let me do it for you. Here we go. God, what a mess. Anyway, okay, finally got it. Okay, here we go. See, plugging this in there. So now I've got the direct connection at long last, and no small amount of effort, to this machine. It's very simple. Helmet to plate. Plate brings up the energy through the ass of the light to the witness of the target. And all you need to do at that point is think, visualize, concentrate. Nothing simpler. Damn, this thing is hot. It's cooking in here. Anyway, but that is the great mysterious Tepaphone. Now, when people realize how unmysterious it is and how incredibly simple it is, they sort of, well, they kind of, like me, turn all red in the face. They go, well, curse. Why didn't I think of this 10 years ago? What am I using for a brain? Better late than never. So there you go. Get your headgear of some kind, a wire foil plate, 6-volt lantern. Raise hell. This is the archfiend, Uncle Chuckie. Have a thoroughly enjoyable and evil day.